Ladies and gentlemen, another episode on the topic. Today, we are about to have a conversation concerning the political arena in Ghana and how it's being run, and the hopes that politicians are giving to the people. If it's a false hope, that's the people have to rearrange themselves and ask how they can think around the cards they've been dealt by the politicians. With that, I have my brother on my right. I have DJ JahKnows, and I have Mr. Rebbel Ashes, our top Afrobeat artist in Belgium. Before we go ahead, now I would like to ask them to introduce themselves because me, I want to know where that JahKnows comes from. Mr. JahKnows.
Yeah, thank you, BK. To answer that, I'll first mention my name, as in my real name. My name is Stanley.
Presidential one.
The name JahKnows is only for it's like my stage name. You know, I'm a DJ, so definitely you need to have a name, apart from your real name that people
stage name
identify you with. But the name JahKnows itself means God knows. You understand? My life is just the reason why the name JahKnows. Because almost all my life, you know, in every stage, it's always like that. You know, the kind of things I've been through, and all those words JahKnows have really helped me sail through some of those things. So for me, I feel in life, basically, generally in life, whatever you do, you know, God already knows. So it makes me to be a very calm and peaceful and a patient guy. That's why I use the name JahKnows.
JahKnows. You know. It makes sense. Rabbo Ashes. Should I introduce you or you introduce yourself?
You see,
medical.
So the government's name is Prince Sarkodie. That's the name of my passport, but everybody knows me as Rebbel Ashes, aka Charlie Wawuritua.
That's right.
Maybe I should break it down. Rebbel Ashes is actually my musical state of mind. So when it comes to this music, I rebel. And I'm doing it till I'm dead or in the grave. So to the ashes. You see it?
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically the meaning of Rebbel Ashes.
All right. Well, powerful. Now you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our two guests on the show now. These are people I really respect a lot. Like I said in the beginning, today's conversation is about false hope. What are the politicians selling us today? Is there a politician messiah in Ghana now or coming up in Ghana for our next elections? These are questions that, for me personally, it goes through my mind day in, day out. We have a blessed country as Ghana it is itself, but yet the people in some places in Ghana don't even have the basic necessity, light, water, you understand? And then the politicians will come every 4 years, 8 years, sometimes they get and make the same promises, and then promises they don't live up to. So the question is, you still have people in Ghana saying, this one is a messiah. I read a post saying Kennedy Japan is a messiah for 2028 election. My question is, what do you think about it, Rebbel? 2028 is there a messiah, a politician messiah in Ghana going to save us?
I'm going to say it the way I feel. Yeah? I personally believe there is no messiah coming to save you. You get me? So know what to do. Now, what do you expect a politician to do for you? I mean, there are rules that govern the state, right? They all work within those rules. Yeah. So the question is, how is the Ghana Constitution like? Before you can have any sort of messiah type of thing, maybe you are talking of somebody who is going to do something different from the north.
From the
And I don't think we
democratic
want to have coup
way.
in 2025. So how is anybody coming to change the laws to do things your way? It's basically not going to happen. So for you to think there's a messiah, I think that's far-fetched. What I personally think is politics is simple, it's ideologies. So I might not necessarily agree with you on everything, but on this part, on this part, on this part, I agree with you. And me as a person, I believe this is the most important thing. So because of that, maybe I'm voting for the NDC or the MPP. So it's what I feel at the moment. That is what I'm using to vote. Yeah. But for me to think I'm voting for you to come and save me, it makes no sense at all.
No sense at all.
I mean, I should be the man on my own to be saving myself. I understand there are government policies that is going to affect your business and stuff like that. So we can address that. But how are they going to save you? I want somebody to explain to me how a politician is going to save you.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't save yourself.
Jahknows, would you like to add up to what Rebbel Ashes just said?
I think definitely I would want to chip my voice a bit into it because in my perspective, I don't think there's any messiah coming to save us as a politician. What I think is there is a necessity for a very honest, visionary, and focused, leader to come and, take over the system. The reality is that there's no one person there coming to do everything. That's why governance is a continuous process. So for having a messiah who will just come in the scene and probably do magic or probably work things very fast, knowing the kind of economy we have, I don't think we should be expecting that very soon. What we desire or what we seek for as Ghanaians is to have a leader who is very truthful in the beginning. You see, who is very firm, who is very decisive, not somebody that can just be pushed around, somebody with his own conviction, who will not, disappoint, the system or the people. So that is what I think we desire, and not necessarily a messiah, because without messiah mindset, I think we are always going to get disappointed.
Even Jesus said he's going and he will come back, and people are still waiting. So if Ghana put a hope in for a messiah, I think it's also going to take a very long time for that messiah to show up. Now, what we are talking about now is having the right person at the right place who will be able to stand firm and do the right thing. These things are not a recipe for politicians. Especially in Ghana, I think, in my perspective, every politician is a liar. They tell you what you want to hear, and then when they come, they do the opposite. Now, Ghana, there's hardship. You understand? And we have unfulfilled promises. Asking for a candidate that doesn't lie, or even a candidate that people say tells the truth. What is the truth? Because a lot of people are saying, Kennedy Japan, he will tell you how it is, but does he really tell you how it is? It is a state of mind. What you might think might not work for the other person. You understand? So how do we get that politician that stands firm in issues, is righteous, he tells the truth, and all that? How do we get that?
So I don't think anybody tells the truth. Like you rightly said, every politician lies at some point. Because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. You want to get the votes, and you know what the people want you to say. They know what they want to hear. So you have two options. Either you tell them the truth, they don't vote for you, or you lie and they vote for you. So there's nothing like a righteous politician, in my view. Yeah. Now the question is, what are you looking for as a Ghanaian? What are your priorities? Like, what do you think we should like prioritize as a nation? And maybe after knowing that, you listen to the candidates from their manifesto, you will know which one aligns to your views. And that is where I think you can make a bold decision, like, okay, I'm voting for this one. Because fact is, time and time again, politicians have lied. And it mostly comes back, especially right now with the internet age, it comes back to bite them in the ass. You get me? So the question depends on you. So, like, if you know me very well, I've always said the blame shouldn't be on the politician. Because we've been doing this all this time. We've been running in circles. And then we come and blame them, the politicians are cheats and this and that and that. And then we still go and vote for them. We have never changed NDC nor NPP. It's always the two parties. That's what we are always voting for as Ghanaians.
It's like we've been dancing around the same tune.
Exactly.
Blindly for over and over.
Exactly. And then when it's time for, how do you call it, for elections, they always blame the one in government.
Yeah.
So
that
the
new one is
that is
the right
problem.
person.
Let's get rid of this one, bring the other one. And then they realize the problem exists.
With the new one,
you get me? So if you are still giving them the power, how do you come and blame them? They have told you what they can possibly do, and they have showed you what they can do. I think action speaks louder than words. So what they've shown you should tell you how they actually think.
Yeah.
Right? But most of the time, we make it look like, oh, they were off power, so when they come back, they will come back right.
Yeah. It's like from the E levy to D levy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You get me? Whatever the case is, every government in power needs money to run the state. I'm going to be honest, most Ghanaians don't pay tax. Some are of the view, even if they pay the tax, the politicians are not going to use it for the right purposes.
Yeah.
You get me? So if I look at stuff like this, I already know Ghana don't have the money like that. Yeah? Like the money sitting down, that's what I'm saying. So how can anybody come and do anything if he's now coming to make sure they make money before they can do anything?
Which means the change is not
you get me?
Going to happen as fast as
exactly my point. So,
to happen.
And everybody has max 8 years.
8 years.
So by the time you set up things well to run, it's almost time for us to vote.
Even if tension rises, you get 4 years.
Exactly.
Then you have to go. And then you have to go.
So that's unfortunately that's how it is. But
yeah,
I think we should start with the people first.
Yeah.
Get the right understanding of politics, and then maybe know who to put in specific positions.
Yeah, JahKnows. Now, election is not right on the corner, but these days time goes fast, and sooner we are in 27, and the election is almost here, around the corner. Why do we think that they have that mindset of looking for that Messiah to come save them, come save Ghana, especially the youth?
I think it's got a lot to do with the upbringing of Ghanaians.
How is that?
You see, we've been made to go with a certain political system.
It's the blue or red.
Yeah. So it's where you grew up, the things, or your background, the things they say, what you hear. Automatically, almost, maybe my thing might be too ambiguous, but it's almost like almost everybody from the Volta region is NDC, and almost everybody from the Ashanti region is NPP. I mean, you can't be everybody 100%, but it's there.
True.
Why is it like that? People are influenced. You get me? Not necessarily by the politicians, but by people that raised them or people that they grew up with. So, for example, even if you go to Kumasi right now, you have like Aswasi always being an NDC seat. You get me? You have some places. It's just like that. But that's what I believe. I believe this political thing has nothing to do with us. We had our kings and our traditional system working already. That was politics too. You
That's
get
a
me?
different type of politics.
So with that one, the way it was run, it was different. Now we are adapting the white man system, and we are not even more like knowledgeable about it. We don't know. So because people play too much dirty politics, bro. You see, and sometimes I feel like if they understand it, they won't be doing this because they feel like it's us against them. Meanwhile, it's a nation that we are building. So we might not agree, but we all want the nation to move. You get me? And sometimes you watch social media, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So personally, I think maybe it's up to us to raise our kids better so we can change that political mindset of Ghanaians.
I have this question. I'll throw it to you first, JahKnows. Has there ever been in Ghana history a politician or a leader who truly lived up to his promises?
My honest answer from the little I know about Ghana's political history, starting from Kwame Nkrumah, so the coup, regimes, down to Rawlings, to Baafour, and to JahKnows, down to Akufo-Addo and Mahama. I think these are the few. I just personally decided not to mention the coup leaders. Their names, though they are in our books, but for me, it's not something I subscribe to. So I would not necessarily mention their name. But we all know some of the leaders we've had, especially people like Achampong and others. So I think we've had few politicians who have shown us exemplary lives, like who have said things, they've gone ahead to do them. You see, the issue is the kind of politics we run, and the fact that people have to, politicians especially, have to make promises during elections and all that before, elections, just to convince the electorate is what is truly causing this. You understand my point? I feel because in Ghana you need a manifesto to sell your vision and your policies out to the people. Which I think, if it was another way around, like very nationalistic type of thing, that there are already national policies, put in law for the whole nation or the whole country to follow. You understand? And let's say the politicians are only elected to come and manage and make sure at the end of the day, whatever the national policy is,
they follow.
You understand? This system of manifesto is definitely going to bring these problems, because now it's about whose promises are bigger
than the other.
It's not about who can fulfill this promise or not. It's about whose promises are bigger. So you even have people in Ghana who will be saying that, Charlie, I think this year NDC's manifesto, the kind of promises they made are very big than that of MPP and vice versa. I think that kind of thing is what is really churning out politicians. We see as liars. You understand? So if there was another system, like systems that are being practiced in China and other places we know, you understand?
This is what we have. Let's see how you as a politician can execute, or this party can execute. So if this is for the state, and the state has drawn this manifesto or the plan for the both parties, Let's see if you think you can execute it better. Tell us how you think you can execute it better. I mean, if I understand you correctly, that's where you're going with it.
The funny thing is, it's actually doable.
It is. It is. But then again, you end up with somebody trying to hold the power in his hand, not doing what they are set.
You see, everything is based on the Constitution. Yeah? It can be amended. I mean, some people made it, right?
Yeah.
So we can work around it. But it looks like we are using old system to govern new school,
new people, new generations. Yeah.
So obviously you're going to have these type of things. Yeah. Like he rightly said, if we are like all going one way, like this is a nationalistic idea. Journey we're going on. I believe it will easily make sense. So it will not even be about, like, bro, let's see, here in Belgium, you don't have like one party or two, like, Ghana is pretty much like either one party wins and they control everything, and they have the other party as opposition. So
that's how it's going. That's how it is.
But when you look at where we are right now, you have different parties running government.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily
one party wins and one party wins.
So right now it's more like, okay, my party wins, my rules, new law. Mm-hmm. That's why they're always focused on parliamentary votes. Even though they want the presidential, but they would want to have the parliamentary. So anything their party brings to board,
it's final.
You hear me? How are we going to move? Because mind you, the leader of the party or the flag bearer is for the country, but the flag bearer is part of a political party. So there are stuff the party also expects.
That is private.
Exactly.
I have another question concerning the engagement politicians and I would say the citizens in Ghana. Actually, do we believe any politicians can save Ghana? Because I remember my grandma used to tell me, if the music player change the music, you should better change your lens. It seems they've been changing the way their tactics. It's time that the people also change the way they think.
That's the whole thing. But the point is, how do we get the people to change their mindsets? That is the tricky part. Because they are so used to a particular system. And Ghanaians for people, they don't like change.
We say we want change. And true, we need change.
Facts.
But they're afraid of the change. Or they don't want it. Is that what you...
You see, the ordinary Ghanaian is thinking today, not the long term. So, okay, for example, you want to move this from here, right? Mind you, there are people here who are benefiting from this right now. So the moment you move it, they are on your neck. These people are happy.
Yeah. Because it's going to benefit.
You get me? But maybe it's for the greater good. Yeah? So maybe it should be here. But these people are going to start complaining.
Yeah. So how do we get
And they are definitely going to vote against you because of this.
Yeah.
You see? So normally the mind should change. But the question is, which politician is coming to tell you to change your mind? Nobody is doing that. They cannot do that.
Well,
so I think maybe we are preaching. Guys should just wake up.
The way the mindset is now benefits them more.
Exactly.
I mean, to what you just said. Exactly. So why should I tell you
why
to change it?
Why would they change it?
If you change it, it might not work to my tactics I'm bringing.
Because if we are asking for accountability all the time,
the
ordinary Ghanaian doesn't want the accountability part. So I keep saying the politicians are the reflection of the people. It's the same people that grew up to become politicians. So the way they were brought up, imagine you being a politician right now. Yeah? Okay, you get like a government appointment. Automatically, everybody you know wants favors from you. Where are you getting that favors from?
They want me to buy a big car.
You get me?
They would like me to buy a big house.
They can even go to the extent of saying, look at the politician walking.
Yeah. So and if you don't do this thing, they will be insulting you. You got in the position and you couldn't do this for yourself.
And if you drive the V8 too, and other people are on your neck for driving the V8. You get me? So you as a politician, what can you really do?
Then just do what you think is right.
That is the point.
Because if sometimes if you listen too much to the people,
Exactly.
the critics, what they might be saying about you,
The only problem we have here is what is right for me might not be right for you. And that is why we are in this loop. You get me? Because some people believe what they are doing is the right thing they should be doing. But is it helping? It's not.
It's not helping. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You have something to add to it.
Yeah, just a bit.
Well, I've seen you sitting and thinking about.
Just a bit. If I recall your question very well, it's about if we still feel there's a Messiah coming.
There is a Messiah coming. Or would there be change?
Yeah, I think the expectation is that. No, I mean, I think it's both ways. Let me tackle it from, the second one. The fact that the expectation is that we as a people expect that it's the person we are voting for, it's somebody who would come and probably elevate us from where we are, probably to a bit higher. You understand?
In a few months.
No, I mean within the time we've given him, at least it should do something.
That's not reality. It's impossible to elevate the system in Ghana now in 4 years.
No, because
But that is ordinary Ghanaian thing.
that's what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm not cutting you, but the issue is when you say to change, you understand? Every bit of change is change. For instance, if you move from 1 to 1.5, it's change. If you move from 1 to 10, it's change. The thing is,
Gradually.
we expect that anybody we are bringing would at least add up or
Do
probably
something to make that change.
You understand?
The process.
To make the people more comfortable.
Okay.
So that when there's another person, he can also come and add up.
And continue.
You understand? But all these things cannot happen when the crop of people we have, have a different mindset towards politics. The fact that, when it comes to politics, like Rebbel said earlier, for our people, the thinking is that once you are from this part of Ghana, you should belong to this faction. Once you are from this part of Ghana, but it's not supposed to be like that. You understand? Politics is supposed to be about policies. Coming to tell us what you can do for us.
And then when you get the job, do it.
Exactly. And we vetting the things you come to tell us to see if they are doable
or not.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So the people also have to change their mindset. You understand what I'm saying? By simply being more patriotic.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if you don't have a people with patriotic mindset, is that these are people who don't care about what politicians do.
Yeah, or who the next one is going to be.
And
or
what they don't care. I mean, they are not
envelope.
patriotic people. They don't have
the concern.
law for it. Doesn't concern them. Whether
when they get the envelope, that's the end of it.
Some don't even care. When you are patriotic, you tend to be interested in your national politics. You understand what
your
I'm saying?
national ideology.
And you also begin to think of what you can do in your own small space to change the course of the country. You understand? But the crop of politicians we have now, that sense of national love and patriotism is not there. So I think the mindset of the people first has to be changed through, for instance, formal education, through schools, through the textbooks the kids read in schools and all that. Also through our media. You understand? Yeah, the media should educate people.
Yeah, okay.
It all boils down to patriotism. The fact that now people don't really care about national issues. You understand?
Mahama once said Ghanaians are
have short memories.
Have short memory.
Exactly.
That nobody can deny that fact. You get me?
That's true, though.
That's how the ordinary Ghanaian, like I keep saying.
It's not even Ghanaians alone. Most human beings.
Yeah, because the people don't follow what the politicians are doing.
So what is I mean, on that part is when it's going good for them, they remember. But when it's not going good for them, they don't remember what you did.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So it's just like you going to look for a job. You bring your CV. Nobody's going to write negative stuff on their CV.
Exactly.
Of course not.
you're going to put your best foot out. You want to represent yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what the politicians are doing.
Of course.
Because they are not coming to tell you they are
They're
negative.
they're selling themselves. And if
Exactly.
you buy it, they get
So,
in place.
Why are you still buying it all this while?
All this while.
And then you tell me it's like you being like a boss. You are recruiting, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you keep hiring the wrong people and then you complain. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
The
with
key
what you're
is-
saying now, should we blame Ghanaians for believing in the same promises?
Of course, the politicians are Ghanaians too. Don't forget that.
Mm.
Yeah. The question is, most Ghanaians don't know better. I think right now with social media, maybe they are getting to see a lot. So maybe it might change their mindset with time. But sometimes they also pick the wrong things.
Yeah.
You get me? They see things, but they understand it in a different way, and they think that is the truth or the right way. So until then, it's going to be like this. Because let's be honest, bro. Like an ordinary Ghanaian thinks they need a place to sleep, food
To eat.
and that's it.
Like basic needs.
You get me?
Yeah.
They don't think about long-term stuff like
Electricity.
you get me.
Doom so.
So it's going to be like this. It's sad to say, but that's the reality.
So then, what are the system that we need to put in place, or the leaders needs to put in place to keep these politicians or the leaders themselves
Like you said
accountable?
For accountability sake, like he said before, we should start with formal education and the media. I mean, I know we have people misbehaving on social media, but
Yes.
traditional media. You see, back in the days, we had like only GTV. When this 8-10 was going, they did adverts, they did stage plays, they did a whole lot, radio, broadcast, and all that about this thing. You know.
When snatching the kids from the street,
You get me?
They did
This drugs topic.
Yeah.
So right now it's not like that.
Yeah.
You see, and you know how impactful those things were, even though we used to see them as jokes, but
But then it was
working.
It was working.
Teenage pregnancy, they did stuff on it. So we can easily do it, but the question is, how quick are we going to get results? You see, I remember this during the Corona era, right? Like, there was a curfew type of thing, and everybody was in the lockdown. And then there was this guy who was being interviewed, and he was like, yeah, he heard everybody was supposed to be home, but he really wanted to come out and see if everybody was home. Like, this is a typical Ghanaian for you, bro. Like,
He wants to believe it.
They want to believe it. He's doing those
You
people
get me?
job for them.
So imagine if everybody is thinking.
But he cares. He cares for them.
So imagine if everybody was carrying this way, then everybody will be back on the streets.
Looking for their friends.
You get me? So you see, it's the people should understand. You might have been accustomed to some ways back then, but maybe it wasn't the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a very clear example. Back in the day, people used to date basically kids.
Yeah.
And they would tell you, catch them young and they say, yes, whatever.
Some even were marrying them.
You get me?
Yeah.
But right now, because it has been said over and over again that it's wrong, people are frowning on it. So even if you do it, you hide and do it.
Yeah.
You get me? The same way we can also make a conscious effort to change the minds of the people, same way we did with this particular example I made. Right? So let's say maybe not right away, but in the next 5 years, we are going to make sure every Ghanaian thinks right.
Mm-hmm.
So accountability starts with you yourself. When you are accountable, when you practice that thing first, you can ask it from the politician. Imagine you just open a company for somebody in Ghana. They will just run whatever they want to run because they think you got the money from the sky or whatever. They are lacking that accountability skills right there.
Yeah.
So imagine this person later becomes, bro, see time people come to government works. When we used to go to school, bro, come on.
Yeah.
The headmaster will be at school maybe 10, 12, a few hours, and then he'll go home and not come back again.
Sometimes they don't even come for days.
You get me?
Yeah.
But they're on government payroll. Nobody's checking them.
No.
So how do you want to go and check the politician?
Yeah.
You want to go and check the president? What type of selective justice is that? The people first, because I know most of the things that are not running well is not running because the person in charge of that small circle is not doing it. But we always going to blame the government or the president of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
we change the
individuals
president.
are also doing
Exactly. So you change the president, and then the thing is still going on, and you still blame the president.
Yeah.
Okay, the president can use force, but let's not forget Ghana is not like other countries.
No.
Ghana is a type of state where people will come and plead, even though they know you are wrong. The law should work, but they will come and plead. That's how Ghanaians are.
I have a question on. I know Ghana doesn't need a Messiah because it's never going to happen. There is no.
We need it, just that we
No, there is no such person as Messiah because as a politician financing him or herself, one man party. You understand what I'm trying to say? Does that Messiah or that politician needs, or is he? Let me put it: is he easily to be held accountable if it goes wrong? Knowing that he doesn't need the state money to run his campaign.
It's easy, but the question is who holds him accountable?
Accountable.
You live in a country where the president of the day appoints the IGP.
Yeah.
All the law enforcers.
Everyone.
You get me?
Yeah.
All the law enforcers are controlled by
the IGP.
You get me?
Yeah, he picked.
So obviously, if the IGP wants to be in the good books of the president, he's definitely going to look away sometimes. You get me? Which shouldn't be the order of the day, but that's basically what happens. If you ask me, we don't even have to wait for the 4 years before we punish anybody who did wrong. Like, for accountability's sake. I believe if you are doing something that goes contrary to like the constitution, like what you are supposed to do as a politician, I believe they should like stop you right away. Not give you the 4 years to benefit and then put you home.
Yeah.
But how is it going to happen?
Like they ordered the previous government to get rid of his some of his ministers because they were doing, and he didn't do it.
I think that was the financial minister.
But then he didn't do it.
Yeah. And you even had people from his own party telling him, we've had enough of this man, let him go. See, we should also look at it from that's why I'm saying sometimes we shouldn't be too hard on politicians. Look at it from this point. Yeah. They can also look soft. You get me?
In the eyes
of the public. If not everything is going to go.
Then whenever anybody says that they should do.
So sometimes they have to stand their ground and say, I made this decision and I stand by it. People might say it's wrong, but you also don't know his convictions. Why he truly believes it's going to work. We can only complain when it backfires, when it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go. Or national
cathedral issues. Yeah.
I think if you really think politics, you understand why it was a smart move for Akufo-Addo to do that, or the president, the previous president.
For him to have planned that or
wait, let me learn. You see, you live in a country where majority are Christians. So, bro, don't forget, Ghana political systems, it runs around these pastors, like prophets and these people. So when they feel like you are doing something for them, it's easy to get their people to vote for you. So it was a good direction they were going. Mm-hmm. Now, how did they finish it? I don't know too much. I realized there was an injunction on it. So it had to be halted. But the sad part is with politics, these things will not be public because it's like me and you trying to get the same thing. Anything I would do you for Shege to get the thing, I will do.
You have to lie.
Exactly. So I have heard there was a report on it. What was it? I forgot about it, but there was something about this whole National Cathedral thing. And the first thing that came out was no money was mismanaged. And then the second one that came out was the money that they were talking about 57 or something. It's actually 97. 97 million. So it looks like the money is even more than that. I think I would be in a good space if I wait for everything to land so I can really talk about it. But the idea of him building the cathedral, politically, to me, it was a very good move. Because he was going to use it to count the Christian numbers.
That it didn't work out.
But it didn't work out.
It means it wasn't a well thought out thing.
Possible.
Oh, okay.
But whatever the case is, it's Ghana politics as usual. Look at it from this angle. When you go to Antwerp, you see like the Rubens house or something like that. You know the number of people that come to visit every year. You go to Cologne, there's this big ass church there. So it could have actually make sense to me. People always ask, why do you need it? Why do you need it? Obviously, they are going to employ people there to work. So see it like as a company.
Also,
and it was going to generate money if it was done right. And I think any president like any party that comes in power could actually go that same idea. But the point is they have to do it and do it right. Because Ghanaians deserve better, you get me?
Yeah.
But the idea, because I've heard so many people bash it like, it's the worst political move ever, and I'm like,
well,
from where you sit, it might look wrong, but
perspective though. It depends how that person think.
Exactly.
But do you think that cathedral is ever going to be built?
Yeah, please, just to go back, I said my point. I understand, and I side with Rebbel a lot on what he's saying. I think I concur with that. But you ask about promises.
Failed promises.
And for me, like Rebbel is saying, I mean, Akufo-Addo would have gained a lot of political points if he had fulfilled that promise. But I think he failed, and he failed abysmally, regardless of the fact that there were court issues and all that. We know our politicians. They can sometimes do this thing themselves. You understand? We know the kind of politics they do.
And they have the right to pardon themselves. So
exactly.
It's politics as usual.
Okay. My question, do we ever think that the cathedral is going to be built?
I heard NDC want to work on it, but they want to change it to national, cultural, something like that. So for me, it doesn't even matter what they do with it, but the point is, whatever it is they do, it's going to employ people because people are going to work there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget. Because people say, why don't they build companies and this and that and that and that? That you should see that as a company too. That is all I'm trying to say. So if they build it, bro, like, imagine if people were coming to Ghana and coming to see this.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'll be paying like the way they go to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum. Right? So why don't you say that one too? Why don't we build factories? Yeah. You see, the Ghanaians actually, we live in Belgium. I've lived in 3 countries in Europe. Not one have I heard of government building companies. You get me? It's always the private sector that builds the companies. But the government makes things easier for them. So maybe
put a tax in place to make it easier.
Like they pay lesser tax and stuff like that. But the ordinary Ghanaian keeps saying, but the government should build jobs. Like, the government can only employ you. They can only employ you in government sectors. Like, for example, like in the police, maybe nurses and stuff like that, teachers and stuff. You get me? Yeah. But they have a limit to where they can go. The companies that you want to see,
it's not everything.
It's not the government that can. Yeah. It's going to be. How are they even going to do it? They are like back in the days. I think we had like GTP or so.
Yeah, they were all
government companies, right? But you don't expect everything to be government can only do so much. But the point is, the government, whichever government it is, should make sure people that are starting up get some tax how do you call it like cut down tax incentives and stuff like that, so the private sector can do more. Because if, for example, you are able to open a company right now, you are definitely going to employ a few people. You get me? And that's how we are fighting the unemployment in Ghana. But if we are all going to wait for the government to come and build, when are they going to get the money, build it, and start employing people? When?
Yeah. So it all comes to the point that our Ghanaian people, we as the Ghanaians, should be vivid in our thinking
Right.
than waiting for the government to come and do it for us, or thinking that there is a Messiah out there who is going to help. A quick question: being vivid thinking in Ghanaian society and as the youth in Ghana, how can they be vivid in their thinking? Depending too much on or waiting for the government to come and do it for them.
Yeah, I think it all has to do with changing people's perspectives. You understand? Changing the way the citizens think. You see, Rebbel was making an example of comparing Ghana to like some of the European countries. You know, when you get to experience some of these people, you realize that the citizens, their mindset is quite different from what we experience back home. You understand? These are people who would not wait to see a police before they do what is right.
Yeah.
These are people, when taking decisions, they think of how the decisions can affect their community, can affect the country and all that. You see, so by changing the people's mindset, I think it's really going to go a long way.
Yeah.
Towards this particular thing.
Okay.
And I think people should be patriotic too, like you said earlier on. Because when you do, you always have the country at heart. So whatever it is you do, you think about the country, you know? Like, you see, the typical Ghana right now, like I said earlier, is what to wear and what to eat and maybe where to sleep. For the rest, they don't even really care that much.
Yeah.
You get me? And my question is, how long are you going to do this? Because at some point in time, it's going to affect you directly. You get me? So you should think about what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. Like,
True.
We have, let me just use showbiz as an example. We have names like Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Shatawale, and, you know, they are bringing something to the country. You get me?
Yeah.
They are doing something for the country. You get me? They can also be like everybody else and sit down and watch the government to help. But they are no, and these are just to mention a few. You have like bloggers doing it. You have Coach Sheldon, Zion friends, and others traveling around the world. Whatever it is they do, at the end of the day, they do it still in the name of Ghana. They make money, they employ other people.
Yeah.
It is helping. So don't sit down and expect everything to come your way.
No.
Ghanaians always want a handout. They want somebody to, they always want the destiny helper.
Yeah. True.
You might not have it now, and we get it, but the point is, do something, because Ghana is one of these countries where you can start up from nothing. I can just give you a gift, a flower, and then you go fry both fruit and sell it in front of your house.
Yeah.
Easy, just like that. And you can make money. People buy rotten plantain. They do kill it with it simple.
Ripe plantain, huh?
Yeah.
I mean the ripe
ripe
one,
plantain,
the one that
and
is
then
even going
Bad.
bad. People get it as gifts and they do something, they make money from it. So
True.
you can easily do something in Ghana to make money. It might not be the money you are looking for, but it could be a startup for you.
So
So to get something, to start something,
Yeah.
you know, if you do it for and you will not even pressure to pay taxes.
Yeah. So that being said, should Ghanaians focus more on community-led initiative instead of waiting for the government?
I don't think we should be waiting for the government,
Intervention.
because when we put ourselves right, it will automatically affect the government, the governance, because the
They will
people
change
that
the
are
way they
going
also
to the
interact. Yeah.
government sectors will be people with the same mindset
Mindset.
of the people here. You get
Yeah.
me? So it can easily be controlled.
Yeah. So that's the solution forward.
You see,
I mean, the start point.
That's if you ask me.
And also, I think Ghana is a capitalist state, okay? And as a capitalist country, we believe that the private sector should lead the agenda towards national development. You understand? Like we see practice in the US and even in the West here. So for me, being solely dependent on the state to come and provide certain amenities, I think it's not really helping because we all know how the economy is. The government cannot necessarily do everything. So private initiatives, I mean, the private sector, I think, should be strengthened. You understand, to lead the cause in this thing. You understand?
From what you
I realized Ghana was broke when I saw the musical building. No, was it the building like the like what they used to
at the Cocoa Board area, the Independence
shocked,
area?
man. I'm like,
I think they are no more there.
even the instruments that they have, bro, they cannot buy instruments, bro. So then I'm like,
Yeah.
so when people think Ghana has the money, bro.
It's in a few people pocket.
Yeah, but some of them are also. I get it in the pockets of a few people, but even those people, they are not getting it like that. Because imagine, excuse me, how long has Ghana been involved with this gold trade?
A long time.
Since.
You get me? What is the percentage of the Ghanaians? So even if that percentage is going to somebody's pocket, it's still nothing. You get me? That percentage that people are getting is still nothing. You get me? So maybe all these things we should have a relook at all these things. Some contracts we signed back then, that hasn't been helping all these years. We should know by now if it's not helping.
Yeah.
And Ghana is a state. It's not like me and you having. If we sign a contract that is not working, we should sit down and talk.
Sit down and talk about it.
And sign a better contract too. You know.
So, bringing this conversation and discussion to an end, I have a few questions. How can an artist, or like you mentioned, you used Stoneboy, Shatawale, and Sarkodie and as an example, can Ghana artists, entertainment, and influencers contribute in shaping how our political mindset is, or how the individuals think?
Yeah, I think Rebbel is an artist himself. I mean, we are all artists. I'm a DJ. I mean, yourself, but I think Rebbel and you are more of an artist than me. So what I'll say is the
message.
The artist in Ghana, being it a musician, being it an influencer, being it a visual artist, whatever artist you are in Ghana, once you have influence on the people, once you have people listening to you, once you have people paying attention to you, the kind of message you portray out to them can really help in this agenda. So artists has a lot to contribute towards the national development. You understand? In a sense that, or changing this perspective about the people. In a sense that the kind of things they say in their music. You know, artists influence people a lot, and people are usually moved by what they hear and what they see. So if the artist is able to represent this, you know, let's do it together spirit, let's be patriotic spirit, you understand? Let's be very, let's make sure we put our politicians on their toes by making sure we are following the process and being interested in national issues. You understand? If the artist is able to channel some of this message, directly or indirectly through their music, I think it will go a very long way to help in the development of the people's mindset and also facilitate the development of the country.
Rashes, do we agree? Or you want?
I do. Only thing is, it's not like I have different views. I'm only scared which artist we are talking about, because you know the artists, they also have their own personal views. You get me? So their views can also mislead. That is the only like tricky part with this whole thing. But if we have artists like all on the same, or maybe collaborative efforts, then you know somebody's actually controlling what you're doing too. So imagine you have 5 artists doing a song, and we are all talking about this, and you are talking about something different. You get me? Because if I'm a bit scared, but I feel like if it's solely on the artist, then it means what he preaches to his fans is what they are getting, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be a little bit troublesome if not managed well, you know? But for the rest, I think I'm 100% with JahKnows on that part.
All right. Then we are on the point. Coming to an end of this section, Ghana politics, waiting for Messiah, the mindset, accountability, how the citizens think, what is the best way for we, the citizens, to interact with ourselves, how to change our mindset. But before we close, I want to summarize the main key points: accountability, critical thinking, and the citizens' responsibilities. Can a single leader in Ghana now or the future have the collective mindset of the people?
I think everything is possible. We just have to get there. And I'm sure if we get it across the bridge, I don't want to say it's not possible because I believe it has happened in other places. And even there was a point in time where almost all Ghanaians were rallying behind Kwame Nkrumah, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's possible. But looking at the Ghana we have now and the politics we play, I'm a little bit skeptical.
I think JJ also had that. Rollins also had that kind of followership where everybody during the 80s and early 90s, the Ghanaians were actually following him. You understand?
Some were even saying that he just had bad people surrounding him that wasn't helping.
I mean, those people
but he was somebody who had a collective mind of the people. And he had their support and all that.
I did. To be fair, I think he was one of the strongest leaders Ghana ever.
It's a matter of perspective. Someone sees it like that.
I see him so too, but then it becomes politics as usual. People are always bent on your negative side.
Negative side. That's what the most.
It's like you have to trumpet your positive sides. And let people do the negative for you. And it's one man against the masses. If you mess up around a few times, they're going to bring a whole lot of receipts. You get me? Yeah. Because Ghanaians are always looking out for a politician who is faultless, and I'm like, how is that even possible?
No.
So when people start
that doesn't exist.
This NDP NDC conversation, I'm like, bro, the same thing you are accusing NDC of, NDP has done it before. The same thing you are accusing NDP of, NDC has done it before. And they will tell you it's precedence.
It's precedent.
they will say it easily like, it happened, the law was like this, but it went to court and this happened. So from this particular time, it becomes normal, which is actually bullshit. Excuse my language. How do you have laws and you are coming to tell me about precedence?
One of the reasons why this precedence thing, I think that is one of the reasons why accountability has been very, very difficult to get from our politicians. Because, they are always comparing themselves to each other. And during this person's time, he did this. During this person's time, he didn't do this.
That's very terrible.
And the sad part is it has gotten to the point that even if the politicians are not saying it, the masses are saying it. The followers are saying it. So it's like they clearly know it's wrong, but then they will tell you, even though it's wrong, this person did it or didn't.
Which means you have to repeat.
You get the point. And then there's also one thing where this particular one starts a project, the other one cannot finish it because if he finishes it, they are going to say the other one did it, which doesn't make sense because nobody's using his own pocket money to do anything for us. It's all for the state. You get me? We give you money to do something for us. When you are done, you leave it there. Whoever comes and continues. But this, our people are telling you, you were not able to do anything. And because you want to be credited for something that you want the vote, you have to stop this thing and go and do that. And then they'll come back and blame you as a politician.
Sad. So that being said, there's no single leader that can save Ghana. The future of Ghana rests in the collective hands of the Ghanaians. Our mindset. We need to change our mindset. We don't have to put too much hope in the politicians. Change your music and I'll change my dance. If we change the way we think, the way we do things as individuals, as citizens, I think that effect will gradually reach the politicians or reach the people on the higher level in the society and also in the parliament as well. So we have to do the work and let them follow. I think that is well said. Is there anything Mr. JahKnows and Rebbel want to add to the closing?
What I would say is that I want to just encourage all the youth in Ghana. I mean, Africa or Ghana have we have the biggest youthful population in the world, unlike Europe and America and all that. So I just want to encourage the youth that we should have this patriotic spirit. We should be focused on life. We should be interested in the politics and activities that happens in Ghana, so that at the end of the day, when people present themselves to be given the mandate to lead the country, we'll be able to judge very well based on policies and based on issues and based on the fact that there are records about people's public work and all that. So I want to just encourage the youth that we should stay very positive. I mean, stay out of trouble, stay out of crime, give respect to the elders. And I think together, Ghana will become a very beautiful country, or the beautiful country will be.
Very well said. Very well said. Thank you, JahKnows. Rebbel.
Like we're saying all this time, be patriotic. Don't be waiting for handouts. I'm sure it's never coming. Even if it comes, it won't change your life, bro. Like, imagine somebody making it and then going to give everything to you. It's not going to happen. No. He can give you only what he can. And that will be something to go and buy, something to eat right now. No curfew. You get me? No curfew, like rightfully said. So what I would suggest is believe in yourself. Whatever it is you dream about doing, if it's positive, just go in all out. I know it's going to be hard in the beginning. Everything it's like
nothing is easy.
You get me? Nothing comes easy. But you should know your dreams and just focus on your dreams. I've made examples of our celebrities like Shatawale and Stonebwoy, Sarkodie. They believed they could do music and they've done it, and right now they are here. They have people working for them. We've helped kill that unemployment topic that we've always been having, at least a little bit. They're also doing well for themselves. They are supporting their families. Do the same thing. You've seen Koolictrends done it. You know the story. I don't have to tell you. You get me?
Done it.
They just believed in what they wanted to do. And I'm sure people laughed at them in the beginning, but they just kept doing it. And right now, they are okay. We should do the same thing too. And if we have more of our youth doing so, I think it's going to force the politicians to do the right thing.
To do the right thing. Oh, yeah. True said. Well said. Well, we thank you for staying with us. We thank you for watching the topic. We will end this topic here, and hopefully we see you on our next topic. Thank you.
Yeah.